friends, and welcome back to the channel for the Wednesday story time video. Didn't do a video on Saturday, to be honest with you. Just wasn't feeling it. Usually that's the day I do straight razor shaves. Unfortunately, straight razor shaves just aren't really happening right now. Yeah, just the eyes are getting worse, and just don't really trust myself at the moment. So kind of tough. I think on Sunday I didn't even watch any videos on Sunday. I was just really bummed out all weekend long. Anyway, hopefully we try and slowly pick ourselves back up, because that's what we do. I'm gonna go with holy cow, Merchant of Tobacco. Oh yeah, such a great scent. I get sweet tobacco leaf off this. Then I also get chocolate, and I think that's one of the things a lot of people say they smell with this is chocolate. I definitely get chocolate, a bit of spice. This is supposed to be reminiscent of a, like a street market over somewhere, maybe in the Middle East, somewhere like that. And yeah, I really enjoy it though. Even though I do get that chocolate burst, who doesn't like chocolate? Yeah, it smells great. Gonna go with the MLS shaving brush, Maker's 24mm knot, handmade by Matti Lindholm. Absolutely love this brush, and I love taking it for a spin. So yeah, story time. Got a funny little quick story about the other day. So last week, almost a week ago, Thursday, went to my taekwondo. Still wasn't throwing kicks with my right foot because my right foot was still kind of, actually I was later. We were practicing back kicks. I was throwing them with the right foot because you're using your heel. But I wasn't throwing front kicks because my toe was still a little messed up. It's actually still kind of messed up. It's coming, but whatever. So I was doing the front kicks with the left foot, and just posting up on my right leg all night long. Just my hip was killing me. My right hip. The internal hip, like I guess that'd be your hip flexors or hip abductors, whichever part of your hip is in there. It was friggin' killing me. So hobbled home, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have a bath. I had to have a bath to get this loosened up, hopefully, and did some stretches before I had the bath. So I stretched everything out again, and then got my ass into the tub. Well, I never had a bath in this tub. I haven't had a bath in years. I'm 6'2", 260 some odd pounds. So I got my fat ass into the tub, and I have my tubby time. Got my hips soaked, and they're actually feeling pretty good. Started to loosen up. When it came time to get out of the tub, do you think that I could figure out how to get out of my tub? Well, if you guessed no, you dummy, you would be correct, because I could not get out of the tub. I couldn't scooch my legs up under my butt to get out of the tub. There's only one grab handle, and it's not really in a good location. I couldn't roll over to my knees, which, that would be the next logical step. It's like, well, just roll over to your knees and then kneel and then get up. Well, once again, 6'2", I can only get half on my side, and then I'm jammed with my feet against the tub and then my shoulders against the bottom of the tub, or my shoulder on that side. I can't rotate. So I had to call my wife, and here comes my wife. And my wife did what any caring spouse would do, seeing this predicament. She laughed her ass off at me, which is to be expected. And she's like, I don't know how you're gonna get out of the tub, because I can't drag you out. And I mean, she works in a care home. Like she's an RCW, resident care worker. But anyway, I finally figured it out. I hooked my leg over the side of the tub, which is the sore leg, the sore hip, by the way, I had to use. Hooked that over the side of the tub, got the side of the tub in the crook of my knee, or under my knee, and then used that to leverage myself out of the tub. So at least I could leverage myself up and out and get one ass cheek on the edge of the tub, and then I was out. So yeah, that was fun. Maybe next time I do a soak, I'll just go in the tub face down. Anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. And there's a mental image for you. So on to the story. So, carrying back on, and this is lathering wonderfully, by the way. I should talk about shaving shit. Lathering wonderfully, like it always does. Old, reliable. I do like this base. This is an older base. I had this soap for like 3 years, I guess, but it just, you know, people get talking, DKs talk about, you know, the difference in bases and performance and price, and, you know, I haven't tried the new Holy Cow base yet, but this older stuff works just phenomenally. So I'm not really all that jazzed to want to go out and drop a bunch of money on the new Holy Cow base, because this works great. Anyway, so story, we're going back to Brooklyn. Once again, the exact same place, because this place was a happening hotspot. So we're back to Atlantic Avenue, downtown Brooklyn, outside Blue Ridge Farms. So I roll in there pretty early one night, or one evening. Traffic was light, everything worked out good, and I just wanted to get there and get my parking spot, and then I wanted to go explore a little bit, because usually I always come in there at night. So I got into Atlantic Avenue, into Blue Ridge Farms, got parked, got secured, and I'm like, I'm gonna go for a walk. So this is the time I almost got shot by a New York cop. You know, last week was the story about the cop telling me to get out of the way. This was a different cop, and this one almost shot me. So anyway, I go down the street to a pizza place. I'm gonna go with the Karve aluminum, 4-inch handle, weighing in at 40 grams. We have the C-plate safety bar with a 0.85 millimeter blade gap, blade gap 0.09 millimeters of positive blade exposure. Beautiful razor, love it. So I wanted to go to this pizza place. I wanted to get a calzone, a couple slices, and take back to the truck with me and just chill out and watch a movie. So I'll go down to this pizza place, and I'm walking back to the truck, and I'm a friendly guy, right? And I'm Canadian, so, you know, we like to say hi to people. So I was feeling good, had my calzone pizza. Oh, that was dripping out my face. Nice. Guess it's well hydrated. And I'm walking back to the truck, and I see this NYPD cop, and I'm feeling good, feeling nice. So I'm like, hey officer, how you doing? Well, holy sweet Jesus. He must have jumped about 10 feet in the air. Hand immediately goes to the butt of the gun, and he just looks at me. And I thought he was going to pull his piece. I was like, holy shit. So I just couldn't put my hands up, holding my calzone, my slices, and I'm like, whoa, I'm just saying hi. And he looks at me, and he's like, you aren't from around here, are you? I'm like, no. No, I'm from Canada, in fact. He goes, yeah, I figured. And I'm like, why is that? He said, because people don't say hi around here. I'm like, oh, okay then. Well, sorry to scare the shit out of you. I will just mosey on back to my truck if you promise not to shoot me in the face. And that was that. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. So that's going to tie into the next part of the story. This part of Brooklyn's pretty rough. Pretty rough sledding. It's a rough part of the neighborhood. So when you're parked at Blue Ridge Farms, you're parked right outside a Cuban bar. And that place is hopping, you know, all night long, every night of the week. Don't matter. So it's noisy as shit. There's prostitutes coming in and out of there and up and down the street, and they're banging on the truck all night long, wondering if you want commercial company. You got the subway going overhead every 5 minutes, and it's just a cacophony of noise and stuff and distractions, and it's actually a hard place to sleep, but you got to be there for crow piss in the morning to unload, so you have no choice but to go in there at night or in the evening. Like, you have to be in there for the next morning. It's It's one thing that always sucked. So later on that night, after almost getting plugged by the NYPD cop, I'm sitting there. I've had my meal. I'm all full, fat, and happy. Watched a movie. So now I'm sitting up in the driver's seat and having a smoke, doing up my logbook, getting ready to pull the curtains and hide from the prostitutes and hopefully get some sleep. And I could see a large group of individuals up on the street corner conducting what was very obviously a drug deal. Oh, whatever, each their own. I don't give a shit. So I'm just sitting there having my smoke and I'm thinking, I hope they don't see me because I have my dome light on because I was doing my paperwork. And by this time it was dark out and the club was just pumping. So anyway, I see one of them takes notice and he starts walking up towards where the truck is parked, and I'm thinking, oh shit, here we go. So this guy comes up to the truck, very, very large black man. Actually, I guess they're all African American. Anyway, not that it makes any difference, but just for the continuity of the story. Very large black man, and I mean like very, very large, like muscular, like, this dude worked out and shit. He comes up to the truck. He's got a big shit-eating grin on his face. He knocks on the door, and I look down, and we're talking. He kind of steps back a little bit. He's wearing a coat. And he kind of spreads his arms out wide as if to say, hey, how's it going, man? And when he does that, I see the butt of the handgun in his waistband. And I'm thinking, oh boy, this is going to be a long fucking night. So anyway, he says, how you doing, my man? I'm like, doing pretty good. How are you doing? He says, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. He's like, I just have a couple questions. And I'm like, sure, go ahead. He's like, I notice you're not from around these parts. I'm like, no, sir. I am a long way from home. And he's like, you come here often, eh? Because I see these trucks here all the time. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, I'm here all the friggin' time. So he looks up at my unit number and sees my unit number on the truck, which at the time was 108. And he's like, truck 108, eh? And I'm like, yeah, truck 108. And he goes, oh, I remember that. And I'm thinking, well, fuck. Okay, you'll remember that. That's great. He goes, you didn't see anything going on, did you? Like up at that street corner? I'm like, so I point up to where the rest of the posse is. But the street corner, I'm like, that street corner up there? And he's like, yeah, that street corner up there. I'm like, no, I didn't see a fucking thing. In fact, I got the dome light on here because I was doing my paperwork, just having a smoke. When I have the dome light on, it's hard to see outside the truck, up the road when it's dark and stuff. I have a hard time, making things out because the light's in my eyes. And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, I suppose that'd be true, eh? I go, yeah, that's how it goes. He goes, I see. He goes, you don't want any company tonight, do you? And I'm like, no, sir, I don't. I said, I like to try and get whatever sleep I can get while I'm here because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, where I'm going. So I like to try and get a good night's sleep. And he goes, well, he says, since you're such a nice guy and, you obviously don't really, you obviously really haven't seen what's going on around here, and you seem like a nice guy. He's like, I'm going to remember your truck number, and I promise you that nothing is going to bother you for the night and any other time you ever come in here. And I'm like, really? I'm like, no more prostitutes knocking on my door every 5 minutes, waking me up? And he's like, no, if you don't want that to happen, that won't happen. I'm like, well, that would be fantastic because that really bothers me. I said, I have no interest in any of that. I said, I have no interest in the drunk people coming out of the bar, pounding on the truck and waking me up. And he goes, no, don't you worry about it. You just go to bed whenever you're ready. And there won't be a worry. And I'm like, well, that sounds really good to me. And that was that. So he thanked me. I thanked him. And he went back to the street corner with his buddies. And sure as shit, that night was the quietest night I've ever spent at Blue Ridge Farms. Aside from the subway going overhead every 5 minutes, nothing really he could do about that. But nobody bothered me. Nobody was knocking on the truck. No prostitutes. Drunk people didn't seem to be as loud. Yeah, it was fantastic. And every time after that, that's a pretty good shave right there. I think I'm going to stop it there. Every time after that, it was the same thing. Nobody ever bothered me there ever again. So that was pretty cool. So I guess the moral of the story is, sometimes when you see something that may be not your business, and I'm not saying every time. I mean, if somebody's getting, the shit beat out of them, or something obviously very egregious is happening, it might be in your best interest to help out. But when there's things like that that really don't affect you in any way, shape, or form, it's best just to play dumb and play blind. And it worked out really good. So, what can I say? So that was the second story, or the second and third story of Brooklyn and Blue Ridge Farms. And that was a great shave. That's what I like about these story times and picking some good soaps and stuff. I can just do the story. I can just shave. I'm not even thinking about the shave. Everything just happens. And that was very nice. I really like that. That's going to dehydrate into pretty much a BBS. Maybe missed a couple spots over here. Oh, do we chase it though? Oh, okay, fuck it. We'll chase it. We'll chase it. Why not? Just got to come at it from a different angle here. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So yeah, great shave, great soap. Love the scent on this stuff. It's nice to have the winter rotation back in the den, because I am one of those shaving nerds. I like to have my summer rotation and my winter, or summer and spring, and my fall and winter. I do have a couple citrus soaps, I think, still left here in the rotation for the winter, because every once in a while I will get a craving for something bright and citrusy, especially in the middle of the long, harsh Canadian winter. When I have to crawl out of my igloo and go out and, do Canadian things in the winter. So I'm gonna go with the matching splash. This is alcohol based, so instant feedback on that shave. And the same scent, exact same scent actually. There's no real metamorphosis with this one. It's just the same as the soap, straight up like chocolate and tobacco and a little bit of spice and everything nice. So, well, that was a healthy pour. A little bit of a tingle, yeah, right where I went for it. Was kind of expecting that. Not too bad though. I'm not gonna jump out of my skin and scream and wince, though. So if you guys are waiting for that reaction, oh, you're gonna be waiting for a while. But yeah, no, that was good. Very good. Yeah, I can live with that. All right, so that was the shave, guys. That was the shave, the story. Yeah, kind of bummed out though. I forgot to mention this earlier. The first video, I have a bunch of stuff from Marion here. That he sent to Randy, a First Canadian. I was supposed to do a video with the Jilted Lady, which I think Kai owned it, and the Chief had it, and CDB had it, and oh geez, everybody's had it. But just unfortunately, I don't trust myself with it, and it has a propensity for biting people, and just homie don't hang with that. So at least not right now. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to use any of that stuff. I'm just gonna repack it There's a soap I have for Marion, so threw that in there, and I'm going to be shipping it out. So anyway, Marion, that stuff will be on the way. Hopefully I'm going to get that shipped out tomorrow. I'm just going to find a bigger box to accommodate the soap I'm throwing in there. So yeah, anyway, that's the shave, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the support, all the comments, all that good stuff means the world to me. I'm in a kind of a world of hurt right now, so it does feel good to interact and hang out with you fine people. So until the next time, be safe, be kind to one another. Most importantly, have a great day. Even better shave. We're going to catch you in the next one. Peace.